Right then, so a while back I basically played Inversion of Control, which is basically a game where you're basically like the pet that sort of follows around the master and helps him out. This is a very sort of similar experience to that, but it's a little bit different because you're more like Navi from like, the Hyrule type of like, oriented games like Zelda and such, where like, you're not exactly basically like, a physical entity that can be attacked. You're sort of like a fairy that sort of like, comes as a hero. But anyhow, let's read the README first. So, I don't care about that one, so whatever. Here we go. So, Dungeon Minder by Adam Gatt. The game is about being a small, invisible fairy, tasked with keeping an adventurer alive. Accompany the heroic At as he explores the dungeon. Watch as he stupidly picks fights with monsters far stronger than him. Subtly influence the resulting brawl to keep him alive long enough to reach the stairs. Don't ever expect to be thanked for your good plans and hard work. Features: an AI-controlled hero, fighting monsters, finding treasure, and enjoying victories. Indirect gameplay, with many ways to help the hero win and avoid fights. 10 levels of increasingly hard monsters, free element mana system, and spell specialization systems, giving a total of 27 spells to cast. Boss fight chosen randomly from free possibilities. Story: the boastful, arrogant hero marches through the forest, breaking branches and scaring small animals. You walk silently and invisibly, certain that the hero is heading towards the ruined dungeon, intent on plundering its fabled treasures. Such an act is perfectly acceptable to a forest sprite such as yourself. Humming with magical artifacts and wicked monsters, the dungeon permeates an evil aura that disrupts the flow of the forest. Many heroes have come before, and you followed them into the dungeon, first to watch and then to lend a more active hand in their survival. Despite your magic, no heroes were strong enough to avoid meeting their fate. They would be raised as fallen dead, and all you could do was float to the entrance of the dungeon and wait for your next hero. You get close enough to draw life energy from the newest challenger, and silently follow him to the dungeon, wondering if he believes in guardian spirits. Controls: we have the numpad, arrow keys, Vim keys, stuff like that. Move around. You have tab basically to bring up a spellbook. You have Q, W, E, A, S, D, Z, X, Y to cast and use spells without bringing up the spellbook. Whatever. Message log with M. F5 with toggle full screen mode. That's nice. F8 to restart the game. Escape to quit the game. V, be annoying. No useful function, because why not? So spells. You have access to 9 spells at a time, grouped in 3 categories. Spells have a cost and power, and will drain from one of your power pools, depending on the category of spells. These pools will regenerate at a constant rate, as long as they are close enough to the hero. This is shown by the power label being white. If the label is red, then you are too far from the hero and will not regenerate power. The 3 categories of spells are hero, spells that directly aid a hero. They do not need to be aimed, but you must be within the regeneration range of a hero. Monsters. Spells that have a negative effect on the monsters. The player must indicate an adjacent square to cast the spell in. And world. Spells that affect the terrain. Some may require you to choose a direction. So basically you have like, hero, basically aiding with like a buff spell, hostile spells for like monsters, or like, tactical spells for the world. Once every few levels you will be given the opportunity to specialize a single category of spells. If a category has not already been specialized, you can choose one of its spells to be specialized into. The chosen spell will remain the same, but the other 2 spells in the category will be replaced with an all-new spells that suit the theme of the chosen spell. These new spells will have all new effects and uses, so check your spell menu to discover them. Alternatively, you can press backspace to waive this opportunity to specialize. The hero. The hero is very important to the game. If he dies, you cannot progress. You must keep the hero safe as he journeys through the dungeon, taking artifacts from chests and fighting monsters. The hero will go directly to a chest, taking the shortest possible route, but will happily charge off to fight any monsters he sees. Once the hero has plundered both chests and level, and is not distracted by monsters, he will make his way to the exit staircase to proceed to the next level. If the hero dies, the screen will be changed with red, and his field of view will disappear. You will still regenerate mana, giving you opportunity to test out spells and observe monsters. A hero death makes the game unwinnable. However, you can press F8 to restart the game, or escape to quit. So, very, very good stuff right there. So F5 to tell full screen mode. Right then, so We'll see how the full screen basically looks, and then we'll just go from there. Alright, so if I press like, F5. That looks pretty good. I'll just make sure it's like, full screen properly in my like, window here, and if not, then I'll just like, window it basically for you guys. So bear with me a moment. Alright then, well, I had a chance to actually look at the thing, and it didn't actually expand in the window. It was just a little square in like a black screen. So let's go like this. And there we go. We got Dungeon Miner basically on here. So let's just shrink it down a little bit. There we go. Move right into the middle of the screen here a little bit for you guys, so it's a little bit more centered. That's good enough. Alright, so Dungeon Minder. So basically the idea is this one is you're basically a fairy that sort of follows around the hero here. It's a little bit hard to see. I think we're basically over here, so welcome to the game, Hero. Come out, loathsome creatures, and meet your fate. Alright, so let's see here. We're basically like the sort of like a stairs sign, I guess, right here, so that's us. The sprite bumps into the sprite, apparently. You shy away from the trap. Hero passes through because, like, the sprite falls into the trap, apparently. Alright, so let's just test some stuff right here. Basically, we have our spells here to basically cast. We have, like, pacifism. The hero will not attack or pursue monsters. Speed, the hero temporarily moves at double speed. Heal, the hero recovers from some injuries. Trap, create a trap in an empty space with cloud. Creates a cloud of smoke that cannot be seen through. Clear. Clears walls and traps adjacent to the player. So basically, we're gonna do this to try and like save our friend here from like hurting himself. So how do I basically like select these spells is the thing, right? E. Okay, so we're gonna press E, and the area around you clears. So we just clear the trap piece around this guy. So I'm not basically down here. You can basically see like the hero's health. You can see like his power level, his like well the power levels for the fairy base right here. So we basically use some gray spells. So use up a mana pip for that. So we're just gonna watch this guy walk around here a little bit. Aha! I found beasts for me to slay. So yeah, whenever he basically sees a beast, he'll try and like go and slay it. And he'll basically try and slay him. So let's go like this. We have Rage. The monster will attack the nearest living creature. Sleep. The monster will be unable to act for a short time. Or Blind. The monster will not approach hero or use ranged attacks. So let's try raging the dwarf. So the dwarf starts foaming at the mouth. The dwarf hits a skeleton archer for 2 damage. So that's a skeleton arch right there. So basically you can see like he's firing at the hero right there. Dwarf hits the skeleton archer for 2 damage. And basically like kills the archer for us. So hooray! Now unfortunately it's gonna hurt the hero for a little bit here, but whatever. Luckily the hero does some fairly good damage here, and he killed him. You never had a chance. Just when I thought there'd be no more killing today. So he saw a kobold basically in front of him, so he wants to go kill the kobold. So the kobold is hit for, hits the hero for 2 damage. But, it's a kobold, right? So he's just going to blast through it and stay down. So yes, these guys are pretty smart in that they'll basically, try and avoid, paths that like, don't take them anywhere. Just going to, aim for the chest and run away, so. The hero looks healthier, but, it took all my powers to do. Alright, well, we're powering up slowly here. Prepare to die, you foul cur. So apparently there's an enemy sprite right there that basically the hero just hacked through, so... And with barely a scratch. So yeah, you just kill that easily enough. Let's heal up the hero a little bit more so he's a little bit healthier. Alright, so the hero finds the belt of trap attraction. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, but whatever. So now I'll take the shortest path to like the next chest, which is basically up here by this dwarf. Let's try using some traps for this guy here. So note that basically each of these have like different sort of like cost to them. So like, you know, rage is fairly like, you know, moderate. Heal is basically expensive. Clear is pretty cheap. Let's go with trap, as I said so. Let's go C. Maybe I'll walk into that, we'll see. Here's the hero, let's just go heal him. He looks healthier, he's at full power. Finish Rex, soon the world will be rid of you. So that chop is kind of useless to me, but whatever. Let's go with well, it's not useful to do anything really here, so let's go with speed, I guess. We'll double the speed of the hero. Oops. Don't have the power base to do that. The hero took some damage there, but it's fine. Oh, we saw a skeleton down here, so that's why he's basically going this way. If he sees stuff, he's going to go after it, right? So let's create a cloud of smoke right here, which will make it difficult for you to actually see anything, hopefully. The hero finds a helm of monster attraction. I'm not sure that's a good thing. So yeah, basically the monsters are going to try and come to him again, maybe, so let's do this. Oh, he saw a monster anyway, so he's going to go after it, right? So he knows it's there. Let's heal here a little bit. Right then, so we managed to kill those things. So I guess the whole monster attraction will make like enemies basically like zone in on the hero. So now everybody's all going to come after him, unfortunately. I wonder if they move in cardinal directions or not. These like, you know, monsters or not. That could be a thing, but whatever. They might move in like cardinal directions, these guys, so that's fine. Let's go with like, you know, sleep on the dwarf here, so he's gonna fall asleep. And let's just have him like, you know. Whoa, hope I didn't hurt you. Pardon me, good fellow. Oh, he's in the way. So basically, like, you know, he has to like get to like where I am right now to basically get here, so he's blocked by the dwarf. So that's good to know. You have to be very careful with, like, you know, fishing for this stuff. So the hero died, unfortunately, but oh well. We got to see like a good, like, you know, mix of like how this game sort of works here. We'll try again and try to get to level 2 here. So, ooh, this is a bad sort of setup here. We always have sprites, kobolds, and dwarves basically all around us right here. These course will clamor with glorious bloodshed. Alright, let's see here. Let's go with speed for the hero right away. He's got to basically fight all this stuff right here. I guess they like to sort of randomly pick up an enemy and I start attacking them, so which enemy to go after is like, you know, random. Okay, let's go with we're gonna go with sleep. Well, I guess he's doing quite well already, so that's fine. We're trying raging his kobold here. Killed that off. And there he goes. Well, that's sort of a bad start because he basically had all these guys with basic fight to start here, so. Let's see here. Maybe we can basically do a cloud right away so he can't, like, you know, be detected. Not sure how well it's going to help him, but, you know, we'll see. It'll give him a moment basically to, like, you know, survive. Let's go with speed on the hero here, so he goes a little bit faster. He becomes a blur. And we'll put the dwarf to sleep, so basically he gets a free hit. So, dwarf hits the dwarf for 5 damage. There we go. He kills the dwarf because basically he was asleep, right? So, hooray for that. Let's try and create a trap in front of this, like, you know, rat here. So, rat falls into traps and it dies. Awesome. Alright, he's gonna start backtracking because I don't have to basically get the chest over there, so. Let's heal the hero a little bit. And let's get this kobold to start going after the dwarf here. Oh, we saw a sprite over there, so. So the kobold killed the dwarf. Let's just try and keep the dwarf basically from, like, you know, spawning, or the kobold from spawning the player. Of course, if he's just going to come in my direction, that won't really matter, but, you know. Yeah, the kobold's coming for me, like, regardless of what he wants to do here, so. We'll heal the player, the hero here a little bit more. And then we'll, like, you know, sleep him. So there we go. We killed off the monsters here without my hero dying this time. So the hero finds the gauntlets of overexertion. So yeah, I feel like each time he picks up something, they're, like, you know, going to basically hurt him. So he basically has some detriment basically for, like, picking up the chest, I guess. Which is a little bit different from, like, you know, the usual, like, you know, get stronger as you go along. But whatever. Oh, the sprite fell into a trap somewhere. I don't need to regenerate at this point, by the way, so. Let's go over here. We're just going to drop a trap right there. Eventually we're going to have to kill that ant, I guess, right? So we'll just do that right there. Yeah, skeleton archer falls into a trap and hurts itself. Okay, this is a good time to use the trap again, so we'll put a trap right there. So he falls into a trap and injures himself. And I could blind him so he can't, like, shoot at him, but, it makes more sense to basically put him to sleep, so let's put him to sleep. And let's dispatch him that way. Ballads will surely sing of his glorious day. Alright, so, he has found a scroll of summoning monsters. That's, probably bad. Yep, look at that, just summon a monster. What's this? Is he gonna fight these? These are dwarves, basically, he's having to run through, so... Yeah, he's definitely gonna fight these, unfortunately. Let's give the hero some speed, because he's gonna need something to help him out. Let's go with this. I'm not sure when the monster's gonna pop in, but it looks like it's popped in right there, so... Hopefully it's get far enough away they won't have to, like, deal with it. It's just a rat, by the way, so... They found the archer up here. Let's just go heal up the hero here. Let's just put this guy to sleep. That should be it for his dungeon. He's going to basically leave at this point without, like, any more fuss, I think. So there we go, we made it to level 2. So, to hero descends to the next level of the dungeon, I will spread light to this dank pit. Monsters, this will be the last day of your life. Is that a dwarf he sees? Yeah, he sees a dwarf. There's a sprite up here and a dwarf over there. Let's see if this works here. We're just going to put a trap right there. This is like, put you to sleep. And we'll basically heal up the hero here a little bit. What next? What will be next? I think I might be in trouble here, because I don't think the hero's going to be able to survive against this, like, amount of stuff up here, unfortunately. I mean, I might be able to put something in a rage. Let's put you in a rage, and I'll start attacking everyone. And then... we'll have to basically, like, put him into speed mode, I guess. This is where it's good to be ahead of, like, your heroes, like, basically dispatch this stuff without, like, much issue. Now, I will say this, by the way, about this game. Apparently, like, the, prompts don't seem to persist per level, so he's not summoning more monsters based on this level here, so... that's a good thing to say. The hero finds a blunt, rusted sword. Does that mean it's got, like, less damage now? That's gonna be kinda crappy. Alright, it's definitely gonna go this way, I think, so let's go over here. going to put ourselves a trap right here. And then we're going to basically make you go in a rage. Oh, the spell fizzles in empty air apparently, so you have to be right on top of some of these guys for some of these spells to work. That's annoying. I think it's too close now for rage to basically work on these guys here, so... we're gonna blind this guy so he can't approach. Oh, so the goblin was a lot stronger than, like, you know, I gave it the ghost, basically. So the ghost was a lot stronger than the hero than I expected to be, so that sucks. And yeah, the hero basically was doing less damage there, so he does do a lot less damage, but whatever. Alright, I was hoping to basically survive a little bit longer than that for, like, you know, Dungeon Miner, but you basically get the idea of, like, how that one basically works. So, I'll note that you do, like, get more powerful spells if you basically survive long enough, basically, to, you know, keep the hero alive, but basically it's like, you know, a sort of, like, hands-off type of approach to, like, you know, dungeoneering. And, you know, I'm sort of, like, you know, like the idea, because I think of, like, Majesty Online, for example, or not Majesty Online, but, you know, Majesty, the Fantasy Sim Kingdom, where it's like, you know, you're indirectly basically controlling, like, your, like, you know, heroes, as opposed to, like, you know, actively, like, playing a hero yourself. And, you know, I think that'd be, like, a cool idea where, like, say, like, you know, you have, like, you know, a little, like, you know, sort of helper, basically, in the background. I could, like, you know, see, like, a sort of, like, you know, thing done with, like, you know, fancy, like, Majesty's, like, you know, fancy sort of, like, you know, setting where basically the king could basically, like, be healing his heroes or, like, giving, like, you know, buffs and stuff like that as, like, he goes along. And you can actually have, like, you know, other stuff basically in the background, too, if you want to have, like, sort of, like, you know, a fancy kingdom building as well, but whatever. But that's basically Dungeon Miner, and, you know, I thought it was a very interesting, like, game to basically show off, so hope you guys enjoy it and take care.